So, Assalamualaikum and hi, good morning. This is our next chapter for strategy entrepreneurship. Since we have go through for the first chapter, the introduction to the strategy entrepreneurship, and then we also already go the second chapter about the environmental scaling. So, this is the third chapter. It is about the strategy entrepreneurship for topic 3, seizing business opportunities, vision, mission, and also the objective. So for this chapter, we're going to take a look about what does it mean by the opportunities and how do you get the opportunity seeking, and then what is the definition of the vision, and then in terms of the missions, and also in terms of the objective. So as usual, so this is the framework that we're going to learn about the strategy entrepreneurship. So the first is in terms of the environmental scanning. The second one is the strategy formulation. The third is strategy implementation. And the last is evaluation and control. And then we already go through for the first, the environmental scanning. So I hope that you already know what is actually the external factors, and then in terms of the internals, and then in terms of the industry itself. So for this week, we're going to take a look for the second step of the strategy entrepreneurship management and also entrepreneurship. It is what we call as the strategy formulation, and then we are going to go through in terms of the mission, why there's some business are existence, and then in terms of the objective, the result to accomplish, to achieve the goals targeted by the company, the strategies, and also in terms of the policies. So this is the things that we're going to cover for this week topic 3. The first thing is about the business opportunities. So in a business, kalau awak ambil subjek APT 2053 ataupun kita call as enterprise baru, so we're going to take a look in terms of the concept of the idea of the business, and then in terms of the opportunities. And then even though you have an idea to start up a business, but the first thing first is in terms of the opportunity itself. Okay, walaupun awak ada banyak idea dalam penubuhan startup business ataupun idea dalam menghasilkan sesuatu barangan ataupun servis, tapi yang paling utama adalah peluang untuk sesuatu perniagaan itu untuk diketengahkan ataupun dijalankan. Okay, so what is actually a business opportunity? So a business opportunity is said to exist when there is a possibility of offering a new product or service in a particular market. The product or service fulfills the demands and preferences of the customers, and then where the product can be used to solve their problem. So we have three elements how does the opportunity can be existence in a market or industry. The first is either the product or service ni possible tak untuk ditawarkan di dalam pasaran. Walaupun you have an idea in terms of the innovation of the product, but we need to take a look either the product can be can be reach the customer to using that kind of the product, berguna ataupun tidak, kebergunaan atau benefit of the product to the customers. Okay, so sebab kita tengok dalam pasaran ni kita ada banyak bisnes-bisnes yang separuh jalan saja tapi terpaksa ditamatkan, dihentikan pengoperasian dia. Contohnya kalau you go through the Coca-Cola juga pernah masuk dalam pasaran untuk menghasilkan soft drink yang bersifat lebih kepada health, okay, kesihatan, tapi dia tidak mendapat sambutan ataupun kurang di dalam pasaran. So peluang itu tiada. Walaupun mungkin dia mengadakan market survey dari segi melihat mungkin in term of the customer yang mementingkan kesihatan, tapi sama ada benda itu boleh diambil, benda itu boleh diketengahkan ataupun tidak. Okay, and then the second is the product or service fulfills the demand and preferences of the customer. Memenuhi kehendak, kemahuan dan juga preference. Okay, sama ada ianya suit in tak apa yang customer itu perlukan. Contohnya you nak hasilkan sesuatu makanan, okay, ataupun you nak menghasilkan sesuatu barangan yang bersifat kesihatan, health food, tapi sama ada health food tu you punya target customer itu memerlukan benda itu ataupun tidak, memenuhi ataupun tidak dia punya preferences, kehendak dia. Okay, and then the last is where the product can be used to solve their problem. Okay, walaupun awak merasakan sesuatu barangan itu berguna, tapi kita kena tengok spesifik target pasaran di situ. Sama ada ianya boleh diguna pakai ataupun tidak. Kemampuan dia untuk positioning di dalam sesuatu pasaran itu. Kehendak dia, kemahuan dia, siapa target customers dia dan apa kegunaan ataupun benefit sesuatu produk untuk diberikan kepada customer tersebut. Sebab as a user, as a customer, of course, we're going to take a look in terms of the benefit of the product before you buy that kind of the product or before you use that kind of the service. And what is the importance of the business opportunity and why and when? So when and why is there a need to offer a product or service in a particular market? Saya cakap tadi kan, before we start to offering or before maybe you start to innovate your product, penambahbaikan atau melakukan sebarang inovasi, you need to take a look. Okay, bila dan kenapa awak menginovasikan sesuatu barangan. If you go through the internet, if you go search the internet, the weird product that we have in a market, so you akan nampak dan you akan terfikir, is this product possible to be sold to the customer? Is this product possible to have a demand in the market? Okay, so ini adalah benda yang kita kena tengok. Banyak produk-produk yang aneh, banyak produk-produk yang dirasakan memenuhi kehendak dan keperluan customer, but actually it is no. It is not. Okay, and then when? So when we talk about when, so the first you need to take a look in terms of the changes in environmental factors. So ini kita belajar last week. Political and legal, perubahan sama ada politik ataupun undang-undang perundangan legal. And then in terms of the economy itself, social especially in terms of the demographic lah yang kita tengok dari segi permintaan, social, pendapatan ataupun dari segi dia punya preferences. Okay, kehendak. Mungkin dulu, zaman dulu, before we invented the smartphone, before we innovate the mobile phone, the handphone kepada smartphone, we still use the Nokia 3310 as long as you can text, as long as you can call people. But nowadays, when our environment are changing, when our social preferences are changing, our tastes are changing in terms of using the smartphone, we are not using the Nokia 3310 anymore. So this is in terms of the changes. And then in terms of the technology itself, okay, technology is something that you need to suit in, that's something that you need to follow in order to ensure that your business can be sustained. Technological. So kalau kita tengok contoh-contoh business yang terpaksa ataupun mengalami kegagalan berikutan tidak mengikuti perkembangan teknologi. Contohnya Nokia, they are refusing to switch into the Android. So apa yang berlaku kepada Nokia, ataupun kita tengok in terms of the Kodak film, so apa yang berlaku bila mereka refuse ataupun tidak mengikuti perkembangan dari segi teknologi. Okay, and then why? So why is because the environmental factors affect the customer demand for a particular product or the services. Okay, opportunity is very important. You have an idea, but the first thing is you need to ensure that the opportunity for you to come out or for you to produce or innovate certain product or services are having a demand in the market. And then in terms of the business opportunity, so this is the process that involved in terms of the business opportunity. It does involve the process of identifying, evaluating, and selecting a business opportunity. First thing first is you need to identify the need and wants of the customers. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, in order for you to in order for you to transforming your idea is first you need to find the opportunities first. Okay, the opportunity first. Either the product that you're introducing to the customers, to the market, is going to have a demand and also want from the customer. Okay, akan mendapat permintaan ataupun tidak lah. Okay, second is scanning, examining the environmental and evaluating ourselves and the community. third, screening, process of evaluating of the business opportunity, and then fourth, selecting a business opportunity, and the last is preparing a business plan. So a business plan ni is a common lah. Saya rasa you have learned about the business plan during your fundamental of entrepreneurship, asas keusahawanan. So in a business plan tu kita ada a very detailed out in terms of the financial, in terms of the marketing, in terms of the operation, and then in terms of types of the product or type of the service that you're going to provide to the customer, the uniqueness of your product, and then in terms of the market share, in terms of the market survey that you conducted, how many percentage of customer that you're expecting to buy your product or to use your service, how many percentage of the market share that you are expecting to share within a certain years. So this is in terms of the business plan. And then this is the flow in terms of the process of identify and evaluate the business opportunity. So for example, if you're starting from define, so define means that you need to identify the problem occur in the market, the problem occur in the communities. So apa masalah yang awak hadapi, atau apa masalah yang orang sekeliling awak hadapi, potential customer hadapi. So daripada masalah itulah you akan come up dengan idea, sebab permasalahan itu dan idea yang awak keluarkan dan adalah untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang dihadapi, dan masalah yang ada itu adalah peluang yang sepatutnya awak kenal pasti. And then measure, are there customer or there is an existing market for your solution. Okay, dah kenal pasti masalah, and then identify, ada ke customer, ada ke pengguna yang menghadapi masalah ini. Okay, adakah orang yang boleh menjadi potential buyers awak. Okay, and then explore what are the existing players from the partners to competitors, how they benchmark against your idea. Okay, and then this is in terms of the market survey lah. Identify siapa potential you punya competitors, what is the uniqueness of the product. So daripada situ juga. And then develop, what type of the resources do you need to solve your problem, mentor, partnership, or the resources. So who are the partnership? Maybe partnership is in terms of partnership in terms of you punya key partners. Who are you punya key partners to help you to producing ataupun untuk menggerakkan awak punya produk itu. And then the last is implement. Once you work that out, execution is key. Identify, first you know the problem, you know the potential buyers, you know the potential customer, the person that you want to solve the problem, and then you are identifying the competitors that you have, try to solve, and then try to figure out what is the uniqueness of the competitors in the market, and then what kind of the resources that you can have. For example, you have a mentors, and then you have a partnership maybe in terms of the those that can supply the resources to you. So resources may come in terms of the labor, skilled workers, or maybe in terms of the raw materials. So this is a part of the resources. Financial is a part of the resources. So who are your key partners? And then the last is you need to execute the planning. And how to evaluate an opportunity. So this is in terms of the feasibility. So feasibility is an idea, refers to how possible or worth it is to pursue it. So to see if it is actually an opportunity. Okay, mungkin ada setengah permasalahan itu boleh ditransform untuk dijadikan peluang untuk you mengetengahkan idea awak di dalam pasaran. Tapi mungkin sesetengah peluang itu bukanlah sesuatu yang boleh mendatangkan benefit kepada awak. Okay, there are three methods to determine the feasibility of a business idea. First is in terms of the cost-benefit analysis. So this is the process of add up semua expected benefit of an opportunity and subtract all the expected cost. So if the benefit outweigh the cost, the opportunity may be worthwhile. So kena pasti. Okay, sama macam dengan kalau you nak memulakan perniagaan lah. If you still remember, bila awak belajar gelagat kan, dia ada dua, sama ada you tengok triggers awak dengan awak sama ada sesuatu benda itu memberi manfaat ataupun tidak. Kalau manfaat itu melebihi daripada awak punya halangan, so you can pursue, you can continue you punya idea, you can continue to involve.
Okay, but if you punya masalah itu melebihi daripada benefit, daripada costing yang sepatutnya in terms of you punya income ataupun revenue, so you need to take into consideration in terms of the idea yang you nak ketengahkan. Okay, and then the second is opportunity cost analysis. So, and opportunity cost analysis examines the potential benefit that you forfeit when you choose one course of action over others. And then in terms of the SWOT analysis, so SWOT analysis ni adalah benda yang common lah kalau you buat dalam market survey, kalau you nak mengenal pasti siapa competitors you. So SWOT analysis ni adalah benda basic. So what is SWOT? SWOT is in terms of the strength, kenal pasti kekuatan awak punya perniagaan, kenal pasti kekuatan awak punya produk ataupun servis. Weaknesses, kelemahan yang sedia ada. And then opportunity, peluang yang awak ada. Dan last adalah cabaran-cabaran ataupun awak punya ancaman daripada sekeliling awak lah. So ini adalah basic cara untuk you mengenal pasti ataupun cara untuk you evaluate the opportunity. And this is a few types, the sources of the opportunity. We have in terms of the problem, changes, new discoveries, existing product and services, unique knowledge. So problem is, selalunya problem ni adalah benda yang common lah. Dia kata sini kan, many well company was started because an entrepreneur wanted to solve a problem. So for example, kalau you tengok Dyson, kalau you baca kisah dia, ianya bermula bila dia kenal pasti vacuum biasa ni dia just one cycle sahaja. So kalau you tengok kan mesin pengasian dulu tu dia ada satu bag di situ. So apa yang berlaku, dia merasakan itu adalah satu masalah bila you vacuum you punya kapet atau vacuum rumah awak, dia akan menyedut sampah habuk sekali dengan udara. Jadi yang memenuhi bag-bag itu adalah terdiri daripada udara. So udara tu bukannya sampah, so it just an air. Okay, so dia dah just nak bukan habuk sahaja. So apa yang dia nak buat, dia menggunakan satu konsep in terms of the vacuum is dual cycle, di mana dia akan pusing menyedut segala sampah harap tu, dan dia akan mengeluarkan dia punya udara keluar. So tak adalah masalah menyedut bag vacuum itu dipenuhi dengan udara sahaja. And then the second sources of opportunity is changes. So our world is continually changing. Change often produce need or wants that no one is currently meeting. Okay, sesuatu perubahan. Contoh terdekat yang sedang awak nampak adalah perubahan teknologi dari segi penggunaan telefon, ataupun perubahan teknologi dari segi penggunaan komputer. Kalau dulu, kalau you cuba tengok history, komputer zaman dulu dia besar, satu ruang, satu bilik tu besar dia sahaja. And then as time changes, pasal perubahan berlaku, teknologi kita pun semakin berkembang. So you tengok sekarang, you boleh carry, so ianya tidak mustahil untuk awak membawa awak punya laptop ataupun komputer riba awak tu ke sana dan ke sini. It is a mobile, mudah dibawa, hand carry, right? And then in terms of the news discovery, so the creation of totally new product and services can happen by accident. So ini ada kisah yang bila you tengok Velcron. So Velcron ni kalau awak pakai kasut sekolah dulu kan, yang dia jenis melekat tu. So this is what we call as a Velcron. So Velcron ni dijumpai oleh seseorang ini bila dia bawa dia punya dog, if I'm not mistaken, dog berjalan-jalan di dalam kawasan hutan. So bila berjalan tu tiba-tiba ada satu tumbuhan berduri tu melekat di bulu dia punya anjing itu. So daripada situlah dia come out dengan idea untuk menghasilkan satu produk yang sampai sekarang kita guna dan kita panggil sebagai Velcron. So this is a new discovery secara kebetulan, right? And then in terms of the existing product and services, so you can get idea for opportunity from business that already exist by looking for ways to improve a product significantly. So ini pun saya rasa ini pun dah memang berada di sekeliling kita, penambahbaikan. Okay, kalau tadi perubahan, kalau ini adalah penambahbaikan daripada produk sedia ada. And then the last is in terms of the knowledge, uniqueness of the knowledge. The entrepreneur sometimes turn one-of-a-kind experience or uncommon knowledge into a product or service that benefit others. So ini daripada ilmu pengetahuan yang dia sedia ada lah. Okay, so all of these five are the sources of the opportunity yang mungkin melibatkan salah satu lah, macam ada usahawan, if you know about the No apps. So one of the chief technical officer dia, Mr. Izairi, saya pernah terlibat dengan dia untuk jadi moderator dengan program sama dia. So dia kata macam mana dia menubuhkan Zepto punya company adalah berdasarkan masalah yang dia hadapi. Okay, masalah yang dia hadapi adalah bila dia pergi ke kedai untuk beli satu barangan tu kedai tu tutup dan tak ada. So dia come out dengan idea, why not? Dia come out dengan idea of the Zepto. So ini salah satu usahawan yang menubuhkan ataupun start up the business based on the problem of the benda yang memang berlaku terhadap diri dia sendiri. And then this is in terms of the industry types and the opportunities. So kita ada beberapa. First is emerging industries, industry in which standard operating procedure have yet to be developed. Peluang yang dia ada untuk emerging industry ni adalah dia are the first mover advantage. So in a business we have a first mover or the second mover. So first mover ni kelebihan dia adalah bila dia adalah orang yang pertama mengeluarkan sesuatu benda yang baru. So kelebihan first mover adalah dia boleh capture the market. Ini peluang dia lah. Dia yang pertama. So tak ada lagi dalam pasaran. So advantage untuk dia. Okay, and then the second is fragmented industry. So this is the industry that are characterized by a large number of firms of approximately equal the size. So apa peluang yang dia ada adalah in terms of the consolidation. Okay, and then next kita ada a mature industry, declining industry, and also the global industry. So the mature industry is the industry that are experiencing slow or no increase in demand. So peluang yang dia ada, process innovation and after sales service of the innovation. So they are very slow, the mature market, the mature industry. Okay, and then declining industry that are experiencing a reduction in demand. So the opportunity is in terms of the leadership, establishing a niche market and pursuing a cost reduction strategy. Leadership because dia adalah pasaran yang sedia ada, industri sedia ada, so they have a very potential in terms of the leadership. And then in terms of the global industry they are experiencing significant international sales. The opportunity is multi-domestic and global strategies. So ini kelebihan daripada types of the industry yang berada di dalam industri kita lah. Okay, terpulang mana satu industri yang spesifik untuk setiap daripada produk sedia ada. And next we're going to move forward in terms of the mission, in terms of the visions of the company. So for this part, we're going to take a look in terms of what is actually the vision, what is actually the mission, and then how to ensure that this is a good statement of the vision and then this is a good statement of the mission. What is actually vision? So a vision is a guiding image of a success. So gambaran terhadap kejayaan bisnes awak. So it must begin with intuition and ideas, evolve with discussion and result in shared sense of direction and motivation. So vision come with inspiration. So apa you punya motivasi, inspiration awak, apa awak punya inspirasi ni adalah apa yang you mengharapkan. Okay, and then in terms of the motivation, apa yang boleh mendorong awak untuk jaya vision awak, and then in terms of the guidance of, so all of these three elements are the most important things that can help to build up the visions of your organization. And then a vision is something that can answer the question, what will success look like? It is compelling, challenges and inspire the group, focus first on the client, and then it describes what the organization will look like when functioning effectively. So for example, here is a just world without a poverty. To become a world leader at connecting people to wildlife and conservations, to become the most influential bridge between investor and entrepreneur. So this is the example of the vision statement. So next, if this is the example of the top brand company, okay, the example of their vision. So if you go through, if you take a look in terms of this vision, awak boleh nampak lah directly. So the vision for each of these 9 company ni ada hala tuju, bermatlamat dan memberi inspirasi terhadap mereka. Sebagai contohnya kita tengok for the Nike, to bring inspire and innovation to every athlete in the world. Situ pun you nampak apa yang dia cuba jadi untuk dia punya penjelamaan. And then in terms of the Disney, to be the world's leading producer and provider of entertainment and information. So setiap daripada visi daripada company ni, dia ada hala tuju dia. Dia ada matlamat dia. Dia ada dia punya sesuatu benda yang memberi inspirasi untuk mereka capai. Okay, Starbucks, to establish Starbucks as the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world. Okay, mungkin kita dengar sebagai angan-angan, tapi bukan. Ini adalah sesuatu yang boleh mendorong, memberi inspirasi terhadap setiap daripada bisnes ini untuk terus berusaha dan untuk terus maju di dalam dia punya industri masing-masing. Okay, so once we go through the vision, so next is in terms of the mission. So what is actually mission? So how to write up the statement of the mission? So we're going to take a look further in this part. And in terms of the missions, describe the overarching purpose of the organization, the reason why does this company exist. Okay, so the purpose is the sentence that describes the end result, an infinitive that indicates a change in status, and identifications of the problem or condition to be changed. So for the mission, it is a description of the primary means used to accomplish that purpose. Kalau tadi visi kita ada matlamat, so misi adalah bagaimana cara untuk you mencapai sesuatu objektif ataupun goals itu. So who are you as an organisation? Why do you exist? What do you do? Who do you serve? So ini adalah antara key elemen yang perlu dimasukkan dalam pembuatan sesuatu mission statement. And how to create your mission statement? First is you need to identify what is the problem that exists to solve. So in order to solve this kind of the question, first you need to identify who is the affected by the problem. So siapa yang terkesan? Okay, rakan awak siapa individu itu, sama ada pengguna ataupun you kena pasti it is in terms of the kids dalam satu niche area you. And then how will the community be improved, change or different if your organization efforts were successful? So apa yang dia akan dapat? Okay. And then what is the purpose of your organization? Why does it exist? Okay. What is the ultimate outcome or result you are hoping to achieve? So this is how you need to create your mission statement. Okay, so how to create your mission statement? We continue this. What business are you in? For whom do you work? Where do you work? So this is the key point or the key question to help you to create your mission statement. Okay, so this is the example of the vision statement. Okay, so if you take a look in terms of the Disney, so the mission statement is to create happiness for people of all ages everywhere. So very specific. Okay, apa yang dia cuba sampaikan, apa yang dia cuba capai, kepada siapa yang akan dapat benefit. And then in terms of the for example for the Google, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So something that you can achieve. And then for the Facebook, to give people the power to build communities so that we can bring the world closer together. Okay, so this is the example of the mission statement from a top brand in this industry. And what are the differences between mission and vision? So kalau you tengok tadi kan, the vision is a statement describe future state dalam berapa tahun ataupun bila dalam sesuatu benda yang akan berlaku pada masa hadapan. Okay, who do I want to be? Where do we want to go? The vision should be inspirational and slightly out of reach. Macam tadi kan, kalau you tengok vision daripada Starbucks, vision daripada kambing-kambing lain tadi, you akan nampak dia macam kan, kalau kita tengok sekali sekilas, in a glance, kita nampak macam kan bluffing, berangan. Tapi this is something that you cuba capai, something that are inspiration untuk you. Okay, and then typically it is a person or organization vision that provide a framework for planning. And then in terms of the mission, so mission statement describe the present states of a person or organization. Who are you? Why are you here? Why do you exist? So if you still remember the mission statement of the for example for the Disney, so you akan nampak direct kan, kepada siapa dia cuba serve, kepada all age, to give the assignment to them. So this is the differences between mission and also the vision. And after you identify the vision, the mission, so next is in terms of the objective. Okay, alright, so objective required to define, and it is much more specific than the mission statement. Macam mana cara you untuk mencapai sesuatu benda. So for example, I want to finish my assignment by 10 o'clock in this morning. So this indicate to perform a number of tasks including typing text into a computer, reviewing some question, criteria that have already been written, printing out the assignment for proofreading and so on. Okay, so ini adalah objektif you. Objektif awak adalah you nak selesaikan tugasan sebelum ataupun pada 10 pagi. So daripada objektif inilah you akan keluarkan, you akan fikir macam mana cara untuk you mencapai objektif ni. So cara untuk you selesaikan assignment pada pukul 10 ini adalah dengan mengenal pasti cara-cara ataupun kaedah dia. So buka komputer, typing, review the question, and then tulis soalan tu, printing assignment, proofread, dan selepas itu hantar. So ini adalah cara untuk you menyelesaikan ataupun untuk you mencapai objektif you untuk selesaikan tugasan pada atau sebelum pukul 10 pagi. It is more specific. Kita akan tengok cara untuk you mencapaikan sesuatu matlamat ataupun goals yang ditetapkan. And then for the objective, so ini adalah word yang mesti ada dalam mengenal pasti ataupun pembuatan objective statement. So it is concept of the smarter. What is smarter? So it must be specific. Apa yang you cuba capai secara spesifik, secara berfokus. And then it must be measurable. Okay, attainable, realistic, time frame extending, and rewarding. So this is the element yang mesti ada dalam pembuatan objektif awak. And as a conclusion, this is about the vision, mission, and also the objective. So what is actually the vision? So the vision is a big picture of what you want to achieve. And then the mission is a general statement of how you will achieve the vision. And then in terms of the objective, so it is an objective, provide a specific milestone with a specific timeline for achieving a goals. And then this is the, for example, this is the statement of the vision, mission, and also the objective of the AirAsia. So what everyone know what is AirAsia? So AirAsia is another syarikat penerbangan yang ada di Malaysia selain daripada Mars. And then AirAsia juga adalah salah satu company penerbangan yang menitik beratkan konsep of the LCCT, low cost carrier punya transportation, berbanding dengan Mars sebagai contohnya. Kalau awak tengok harga dia slightly mungkin sedikit murah lah yang ditawarkan. Kita tak tengok dari segi facilities dia lah, tapi kita tengok dari segi harga dia. Dia adalah syarikat penerbangan tambang murah. So in terms of the vision, dia is to be the largest low-cost airline in Asia and serve the 3 billion people who are currently under-deserved with poor connectivity and high fares. So ini vision dia. Bersesuaian lah dengan dia punya tema ataupun dia punya business model as the low-cost carrier punya transportation, syarikat penerbangan tambang murah. And then their mission is to be the best company to work for, wherever employees are treated as part of big family, create a global recognized Asian brands, attain the lowest cost so that everyone can fly. So ini tagline dia, everyone can fly, and then maintain the highest quality product, embracing technology and reduce cost and enhance service levels. So the objective dia lebih specific. So it is something that are measurable. Ada time frame dia kalau awak tengok dekat sini kan. So dia kata to become the largest low-cost airline organization in Asia to provide service to 3 billion people. So it is measurable. Okay, to attain with the lowest cost and lead to everyone can fly. So it is specific. Okay, and it is reliable. And then to maintain the product quality and reduce the cost. Okay, so ini adalah dia punya objektif. So berbalik-balik kepada konsep semata tadi, kita ada specific, measurable, reliability, attainable. So ini adalah konsep-konsep yang kita tengok ada di dalam objektif daripada Asia, right? And that's all for this third chapter. Alright, so this is the references, so you can go through back, so you can find all the necessary reference here provided here, so you can find a necessary additional reading for you in term for this part for the strategy entrepreneurship for this week. So that's all for today, and thank you for listening, and to proceed with your activity for the next part for today's lecture. So that's all from me. Thank you and see you again by next week. Bye.